I thought you like wouldn't even like know who Young Thug and Lil Baby were.
Why?
Because you seem like the anti-black person, black comedian.
Why do I seem anti-black?
It's kind of like your whole brand is like, I'm gonna piss off all these black people and get lit off it.
Where you see that at?
Like every clip.
No, on my special, I got a joke about being a white woman.
Being a white woman?
Beating.
No, I saw that. Yeah. That's good. I think the domestic violence.
I didn't know it was anti-black.
No, okay, not anti-black, but like you seem like more ready to piss off black people than almost any comedian that I've ever witnessed.
I'm ready to piss off people who are emotional. Mm-hmm. So if you're emotional, you're gonna get pissed off. A lot of black people appreciated George Floyd joke.
Did they though? Because from my vantage point on Twitter, oh my God, I've seen very few people get that level of rage from the black community since Derek Chauvin and the actual George Floyd controversy.
Well, I'm a comedian. What about the gangster rappers?
Right.
I ain't never killed nobody. I don't sell drugs.
But you're both kind of playing characters, right? They're like playing an exaggerated version of like a criminal.
And they're way more disrespectful. You've heard rappers say we smoking on whatever pack when somebody dies.
Right. Do you support that? Because Ari Shaffir did basically the same thing when Kobe died.
Yeah.
Didn't go over so well.
It's an act. It's an act.
You're right.
Some of them really are about that life, but I get it.
Right.
Make your coins. I'm not going to chastise them.
I know a lot of rappers who will diss dead people, and it's almost like, it's not even like they want to do it. They feel like they have to do it because the standard has been set so high in terms of other people dissing their dead friends that they can't really get away with not doing it.
That's a dangerous game.
Very.
I feel like when you talk about killing and death, then you got to watch your back.
Right.
If I was a rapper, I'd be like Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper is pretty much like the polar opposite of the character that you present as a comedian, though.
How? Does he have a white baby mama?
No, I think he has a black baby mama, but like, or a wife. But I mean, I just feel like he's going like very out of his way to not offend people or be controversial in any way.
What about Logic?
Logic?
That's my dog.
Sort of similar. You know him?
Yeah.
You listen to him?
Yeah. I'm in his movie coming up.
Really? There's a movie coming out?
Yeah. Well, you don't know about it, but it's coming.
No, I mean, does the world know about it?
I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about that. Edit it out.
No, it's fine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, edit it out. Sorry. Yeah, edit that out.
No, that's good though. You could be kind of like part of the rollout cycle. Yeah. I feel like I'm one of the many media personalities that Logic doesn't care for.
Can you give me 3 examples of where I was anti-black?
Oh, okay. I don't actually think that. I just think that that's kind of like you've shown like a willingness to embrace that in a way that a lot of comedians don't.
Comedians troll. I troll. I have a very thought out, very well-written George Floyd joke that didn't go viral. And I hate that it didn't. Because what the world saw was me being a troll trying to shut a heckler up that had been heckling for 45 minutes.
Oh, it was going on for that long, huh?
See, that's the thing. That's what happens in the social media era. You see 30 seconds and you formed your opinion about me.
Right.
Now you can go take other jokes where I made about slavery and corrupt your view of me and say I'm anti-black.
Right. Well, even when I watched your special, though, it's like you kind of like sandwich, like you front load the really offensive jokes in the beginning. Is that intentional to kind of like lay into the domestic violence stuff and the racist stuff in the very beginning to sort of set the stage?
What about the trans stuff that was in the end?
Okay. But that's kind of like, that's your finale, right? Bring it back to something else that people consider
I don't know.
very offensive.
I just do me. I just do what feels good. Regardless of who it offends.
There's no methodology to that, though? Because it's like, as a comedian, especially in this day and age, I mean, it is kind of hard to get a laugh when you're just like telling a funny little story about heading down to the post office and some bullshit versus like, you know, when you have somebody like Dave Chappelle who like rules the media cycle for a week every time he drops something because of the fact that he's offensive enough that it gets people who normally wouldn't really want anything to do with him. They have to talk about him, and that sort of propels him.
Cute jokes still sell. Quicker, might not last as longer, but somebody who's polarizing like me, we can work towards 70. Because people have thanked me for being real. They're like, you talk for a lot of us who are tired of the bullshit. Not saying the George Floyd thing, you know, because I knew a lot of, well, I didn't know I knew a lot of his family, but I knew a lot of his family. And I talked to him. And not saying that part, but I'm saying like when I talk about the homosexual agenda, when I talk about a lot of the other agendas that mainstream media puts on us, I talk about that in my show, and a lot of people thank me for actually having a voice and saying it, because they'll lose their job. You might lose sponsorships. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either, for the record. I don't
don't.
think
You don't.
King Palm here doesn't seem like they give a fuck if we say anything.
That's why I came on your pod.
Really? Okay, good.
I've had like 30 offers, but I'm selective.
Was Willie D yelling at you? I didn't watch it, but the title made it sound like it was a confrontation.
Willie D was good, and the day after, he told me that was one of the best podcasts he's ever done.
Oh, that's good.
We had opposing views, but we respected each other as men.
For sure. Okay, but there's two ways to go about the George Floyd conversation, though. Were you making, like, from your perspective, is this something where you just felt like it had to be something you can make jokes about because it's like something that so many other people treat as if you can't joke about it? Or have you gone down the Candace Owens rabbit hole of learning about how actually this was presented inappropriately to people, and Derek Chauvin is a martyr and he didn't actually do anything wrong in that situation?
I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I take truth out of every situation, and he wasn't a saint. And there was an argument that I had about karma, and I get it. Maybe you can question how the police handled it, but I mean, there's a lot of questionable things that happen with that, and you could take truth out of both sides. And at the end of the day, he was somebody's dad, and even though, you know, he had a reputation, and there's things that he did to a pregnant woman that I don't agree about, but it wasn't personal because it was George Floyd. It's an event that I can talk about that everybody saw. I've had other police brutality jokes, but they're timepieces, you know, like the dude who got choked for selling cigarettes. I used to have a joke about that. So, I mean, George Floyd touched more people. I feel like because people had a time to pay attention during the pandemic.